There are about 23,000 children in Clark County that are being parented by a relative. It may be a grandparent, aunt, uncle, older sibling, or someone else. There are many reasons why a relative has to step in, as we'll learn in a moment, but many of these caregivers don't realize there is help out there for them. Joining us now is Ali Caliendo with Foster Kinship. It's an organization she started about 6 years ago, and you started it as a result of your experience as a foster parent.
That's right. Absolutely.
Right? What was it about the experience that said, I need to get in here and help?
Well, I'm passionate about working with kids and making sure that they have the support that they need. And what I noticed was the majority of children were not living with foster parents like us, which are, strangers to the child. They were living with their grandparents, like you mentioned. But those grandparents didn't have access to the same resources that my husband and I had as foster parents. And I just thought that's not right. And research shows that kids in kinship care, as we call kids who are living with their relatives,
right.
Do better in so many ways than kids who go into foster care with strangers. So it's a great solution for kids who can't be with their parents. But what happens is, then what? How are we supporting the children once they're with their relatives to make sure that they have access to the same support that foster parents have?
Right. Let's step back for a second. Let's talk about, in our area here, why are so many relatives having to step in and care for children?
Well, I can tell you what we see in Clark County. It's mostly substance abuse, mental illness, incarceration, abuse and neglect, or some combination of those things. There's also parents, when they pass away, a relative is usually the first person to step up.
Right.
But we see a lot of issues with substance abuse in Clark County, and the numbers here are growing sort of exponentially year over year.
Right. And when kinship care is happening, so a relative is stepping in, they don't always have, they may need a car seat, and they may not have one, and they may need to go to the doctor, but they don't have guardianship. So that's part of what you help them kind of navigate, correct?
Absolutely. We sort of assess where they are, and usually when you first say, yes, I'm going to take in my grandchild, you don't have that crib and that car seat and the formula ready to go. Those are things that we can get right away for a family, and then connect them with long-term resources and help them navigate all the systems that they're going to come in contact with, like the school district, like the welfare system, child welfare, the legal system. It's overwhelming. And here you are, have kids that you weren't expecting to have. We're here to help.
Interesting that you mentioned just a moment ago as we were talking, it's not always a relative. You talked about a principal, I believe?
Yes, we've seen teachers, principals, neighbors, coaches, people step up for kids that they know and say, I don't want this child to go into care with a stranger. I want to be the one to help provide care for them, but now what? How do I get the help that I need? Because I'm not licensed as a foster parent, so I need some help.
And Nevada does not require that every foster parent be licensed, but you encourage and help parents in kinship care get that licensing.
Absolutely.
Why? How do they benefit?
There's so much benefit to just the training. I mean, parenting a child who's experienced abuse or neglect is a little bit different than parenting your own children, and that training is targeted on how do we provide the best support for kids. Plus, once you're licensed, you have access to more financial support. Kids aren't free. Right. They're not cheap, and this is really important to help families stabilize.
If you're not licensed, then obviously you're not going to be getting assistance from the state.
That's
correct. They want you to be licensed. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So how can the public help what you do? Do you accept donations? Do you need things on a regular basis? Tell me.
Foster Kinship accepts anything that you would need to raise a child, and we think in terms of those emergency needs. So the cribs, the car seats, the formula, the diapers and wipes, food and clothing, anything that we can hand out right away while we're getting a family set up long term. We absolutely accept them all.
And I know that you have an office set up, and sometimes there's a line out the door. You mentioned
that's right.
People coming in
to
accept resources, what?
Yes, we have our, about 30 new families a week will find us, and we'll bring them in and say, how can we get you stabilized? How can we get you safe? How can we help you be the best parent you can be? And we're here for those kinship families to make sure that they have the support that they might not be getting anywhere else.
Yeah, that's an amazing number. 23,000 children in Clark County kind of in kinship care.
Yes, it's a number I'd like everyone to pay attention to. These kids are important, and they deserve the same access to resources as any other child.
Ali Caliendo, we appreciate your time today. And if you are interested in knowing more about the Foster Kinship organization, you can find them online at fosterkinship.org. You can also contact them directly, 702-546-9988.